DBJ, DeVabrian Jackson here. Another book in the writer's room. As stated at the title of this video and others, yes, I am hawking something that I have helped create. So, if this is the kind of thing that you do not want to listen to or watch, please feel free to turn it off. But I'm giving you information about why it is that I haven't done a lot of videos and what I've been working on, which is writing. And that are these cinematic environs. They are, to make it short, they are layers using the environment to place your player characters in with your creatures and monsters and NPCs, specifically focused on some particular environment. This being Desert Wastes, okay? And exploring all the elements of the Desert Wastes, including everything from heat stroke to foraging for food and water, to what happens when you wear metal armor in the middle of high noon. It's not good, okay? There are rules for heat exhaustion and navigation and limited resources. You can find this on DriveThru RPG if you look up cinematic environs, but I do have another video that details more important things. This one, very quickly, we can go through particular desert hazards such as flash floods and salt flats. Can't forget that. How about sand? Simple sand. Sand dunes, sand ramparts, sand hills, all kinds of things. How do you cross them? Walking across them, fighting on them, having the sand fall down on top of you. What is that, a sandstorm? Hell yes, it's a sandstorm. What happens? Does it pick up your mount and throw it where, if you haven't gotten to shelter? Of course. Sandstorms can take all kinds of things. Dust clouds and dust devils and all kinds of things. This video, along with many others, I will detail one particular portion of the book. If you watch all the videos, you'll kind of get an overview of how it's written and the direction that I'm taking with this. These are sinkholes. Picture of the sinkholes. And what all of this pertains to. Yes, I'm kind of going off on a tangent here because my mind's going very wastelands. There we go. Wastelands. Okay. All right. In these books, we always detail the conditions, the general conditions of the area you're in, whether you're in the mountains, whether you're in the Arctic area, whether you're in the deserts. And of course, we always have our appendix with a background. This is a desert nomad. And along with a background, we have lots of things to add to your repertoire to fill in the culture and nuance of your background. So in here we have something called the clava, and the clava is the cloth wrap that you wrap around your face or head in various methods, maybe even around the body. You can carry a child in it, you can wrap it around your hand and protect your arm when a fight, you can wrap it around somebody's face and pull it to the ground, you can blind them and choke them with it, you can basically use it like as a makeshift shield or a net or a whip. It is awesome. And this thing, what is that? Is that a hookah pipe? Yes. Do we have hookah blends? Things to transport you to your mind, out of body, or to use them during negotiations, or maybe even seduction? Yes, we have all of those things and more. And of course, we've got a cup of Java right here. Cup of Java. Why? Because in polite society, you pour yourself a cup of coffee, Java in this case, and each Java pour is different for everyone. Spiced, kind of gets you going when you're exhausted in the wilderness. But we're going to focus on one thing in how this is written. I've turned to sand, and under sand, on here, there's something here called, where my finger's pointing, called pressure. The title, the reason for pressure in these books is that oftentimes, if you have an environment your player characters will have two choices. Let's go through the environment or let's not go through the environment. The purpose of having pressure, and I've had this in other videos, is that you want to set the clock running. You want that tick, tick, tick. You want that motivation to have them to push the player characters towards action. Now that action may not be going into danger. It could be avoiding it. It could be figuring out what's going on. But to avoid that analysis paralysis, you want to add pressure. That pressure can be from a third party, an outside source, being hunted by wolves or giant scorpions or giant worms in the sand or warriors. Are you serious?